So, hello, crypto miners. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our AMA today. We have Novoos here with us. And what Novoos is, we have one, two, maybe even more people up here on stage telling you about. So we have Lux and Dawood. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Lux
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Right?
Yep,
Thank
that's
you,
correct.
Mary.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think Dawood just thanked you. He said, "Thank you, Mary."
Okay. Yeah, thank you to Wood for coming. We're looking forward to hear more now about Novoos. And yeah, why don't you start by maybe introduce yourself a little bit? You're the founder, Lux, and Dawood. Who are you then after to this project? And when did you start with crypto?
Right. So yes, as Mary said, I'm the founder of the Novoos ecosystem, guys. I basically brainstorm, overseeing all the operations within the project, the utilities, ideas, functions. So everything you see, I have to sign off. And the way I started in crypto was around 5 years ago. I started as an investor, just like you guys, going on telegrams, and eventually I started modding. I got onto some projects after I did some due diligence. I got caught up in certain hype and FOMO, and I learned the hard way in a certain way. So, I wasn't on the core team, but then I basically had plenty of ideas, and I was providing them to devs, you could say, or teams. And then I was even on the HODL. I was basically connected with HODL. I don't know if you guys have heard of that project. It was pretty huge, I believe, by a couple of years ago. And then I thought to myself, why don't I start my own? Because I was so fascinated by blockchain technology, especially the decentralization, the anonymity, and obviously self-governance, community governance through DAO. And then eventually Novo's idea came into play. So I'm a very organized person. Well, I try to. And I was putting all these prototypes and these ideas on paper, and I wanted to create a project where it is an actual ecosystem. And, I could see several issues, especially with BSC. This is why we're here on BSC first. And then I thought we start with our main branch, because we have main branches. Okay, so we call them branches, our main utilities, such as the NOVO. Then we have sub branches like a tree. Okay, so that's how I came about, and then Novo started. So Novo's idea was initially just over a year. Okay, so when I was putting everything on paper, and then I went to go and basically interview and find my developers. Okay, that was the first step, because I wanted to find different team members within to build this ecosystem, but they had to have various experience in terms of not just coding with Solidity, the smart contracts, React.js, set of stacks, but beyond that, because we have several other utilities coming after we're sort of fully complete with the Novopad, to therefore having the experience to move beyond, for example, to the iOS apps, to the Android apps, our Windows application. So I believe we'll be probably the first ones that will release a Windows application Launchpad. Okay. So that's how it came about. And Dawood is actually our development lead. Okay, so we also have Rahman. I think he's running a bit late. It's very, very busy for us, as you guys can imagine. And then we have, Rahman does blockchain development, and he also works on some of the smart contracts, and obviously, has Dawood as an advisor and basically as a lead if he needs any help. And then we have Ahmed, who does work on the smart contracts themselves, and obviously has more experience in terms of the native mobile applications that will be coming up and released later on, strategically alongside the marketing roadmap, such as the iOS, Apple, and Windows applications that are coming. And then we have quality assurance, which is Nabil. He basically just oversees and checks if there are any bugs. He tests the applications and our various websites. And he also has future C-Hash Unity experience, because we're getting into gamification later on, and metaverse and so forth, as is so popular. Okay, so I think I should just jump in straight in and show you the main utility, just to see, what's the difference and what's the advantages and benefits of using Novopad. We should go back to the homepage. Thank you, Mary.
Lots of things are happening in your webpage, I saw. In the first page, anyway. Lots of things.
Right. Okay. So I will explain.
Cool.
Yeah, I will
do that.
explain. So that was basically we created a crypto miners contract and we set up a sale for them. So I thought that would be pretty interesting for you guys to see the capability of the Launchpad itself, which is pretty simple to use too. I know it looks complicated, but there's several applications out there, such as Dex Tools. A lot of you guys that are in the voice chat right now, you guys know that when you go there, there's a lot happening, but it becomes second nature. And the reason you need those type of applications, even though you think there's a lot happening, is because they're very useful tools in order to keep you safe in terms of security and able to provide you those details that are really crucial in terms of due diligence or acquiring information to make an informative investment decision. Okay, so this is the home page. If you ever go to the Novoopad site when it's first released, okay, as you can see, we have a trending bar, and you will notice that throughout the presentation, we have certain question marks and exclamation marks, and when you click them, they will give you certain informative details about what that functionality does, because it's very educational. We believe in guiding users or any sort of potential investors that come on the Launchpad, and that reduces also time taken away from the mods, admins, and the team to try and ask the questions, so the information is right there and you grab it. The second stage is, you can see that on the homepage we have an ads. Okay, so this is a revenue stream for the team, and basically we have partners, also projects, and this is basically checked, and a link is added. We can create free ads for partners, and we work at their own pace, also for the project owners, to give them some traction. It's very easy to actually list the ad on Novoopad. Just literally click this advertise here button, and it will take you to another page where it's a simple form that you need to fill in to provide information of the type of ad you're requesting. Okay, so here you would just say, do you have an ad ready? They'll say yes. If they say no, then more fields will be populated to give us some information. We also create ads and designs. Hopefully you guys, when you did your due diligence, went on our YouTube socials, you will see that we're very captivating in terms of our design team providing these materials, because a lot of psychology plays in mind. So you have to captivate the user. From the past research that we did, it's around 3 to 5 seconds the time that a website has online to captivate the user to keep them on there, because the user would just immediately leave if it's not what they're looking for. So we also get another revenue stream from the designs, okay, for anyone that's interested. And then they just choose where they want the ad to be located. You will notice as I go through this presentation that there's no other ads on the main sell pages. So the reason for that is clearly because we're a decentralized Launchpad. So anyone can come and list on here, even though we have a tier system, which basically is, a project can actually be put on a tier if they have an audit, KYC, and basically giving more traction to partners where they offer marketing or AMAs such as crypto miners, where we're here in order to provide them more exposure. Okay, so you try and let the investor base, the potential investor base and user base, to understand the project more. You don't need to hold any tokens to list on Novoopad either. Okay, and the next part you see is that we have this part here, which is the investor insurance and reward fund. And you see it's a little bit populated. This is on testnet right now. And basically what this does is, because the Launchpad is actually decentralized, we actually created, I believe we're the first ones ever to create a smart contract protocol to trigger an insurance, as well as a developed backend admin panel for it. It's not automated. It has to be manually triggered by the team. The reason for that is because if it was automated, it would be heavily abused. And the way this is fed is through the taxing system. So it's either by the buy and sell, a certain percentage would keep going into this pot. Okay. Also, you can withdraw early your investment on the Launchpad. So I'll just show you that again, which is another form of actually adding more money to this. And basically, it will tell you that when you withdraw, 5% of that withdrawal will go straight into the insurance and reward fund. So if we just go to this tab here, as you can see, this is the list page, and it says live, and we have one cell live here. And we go to the main page where you can actually click the logo or click view cell. Let's just click view cell. And then you get to the main cell page, which is this. You can see here it's for Novo 10. It's our testing sort of cell. And if you just scroll down, you'll see cell buying details. We see this cell, I guess ends in 35 days. And you have a buy-in here, okay? So the buying button, there's also be a withdrawal button. Okay, so you literally just, buy something and the withdrawal button will be here. You click it as a question mark and basically it will say 5%, of that contribution will go into the investor insurance and reward fund. I think we have an hour right now, so I won't go in and buy now to show you. So I'll just try and go through some of the critical points of the actual Launchpad. Okay. So also, this is obviously for the insurance, the way it's going to be paid out is that it has to have certain criteria. So a project has to be on an actual tier, not on a basic tier, because the basic tier basically says that someone came along, a project or a dev, and they listed it on Novopad. Okay, so if they obviously just somehow rug, because we can't promise they'll rug, even though I will show you the type of security and due diligence we do and how much we try to assist investors in making that informative decision, okay, before adding the funds into that sale. So if a project, for example, fails or rugs, what we would do is we will go in the back end, trigger that smart contract insurance protocol through the admin panel, and it will send those funds to that specific sale, dependent on the funds that you actually added to that sale. Okay, so that's how it works. The next part, I suggest I'll show you the listing page, which is quite important. It's pretty advanced in terms of the type of sales that you can find. Okay, so this you can see we're searching for all fair launches, and you have various options to select here. An important one is NFTs. With a click of a button, you will see here, these are the list pages. We can see this is a sapphire. This is a basic tier. You can see it has no animation. This is Jade, and there's several sales here. Now, we know that NFTs are very, very popular. So we've given that option to project owners in very, very simple way of adding the showcase of NFTs as well as use cases. And you just have to click this button, and then you will see that it will basically show projects that only have NFTs. Okay, and I'll just touch upon that a little bit later, but you can just tick down that all the other sales will come back. Okay, look, you can see. All right. The other part of the important parts, and sort of, you could say, very different than your traditional Launchpad that you're used to. You can also search by soft cap and hard cap range. We all know that investors obviously look for projects within a certain hard cap range. So we and the team decided to actually add that in there and provide that option to sort of the potential investors. Okay, so it's really easy to use. You can actually click anywhere in the bar and it will basically go there, or you can literally drag it. So you will see if we go over here, drag it over here, all these cells will disappear because we don't have a cell that has a hard cap of 597 or soft cap of 597. Okay, so if you basically drag it back, okay, you will see that all the cells come back. Another important part is you can actually choose a use case of a project that you're looking for. We know many, there's artificial intelligence that's quite popular now. We have added about, I believe, 150 plus use cases at the back end for project owners to select. And also the front end users, if they're looking for a particular project with a use case, they'll be able to find it. So, for example, if we select legal sector, okay, all cells that basically have the use case of a legal sector will appear. And we can see that this particular cell has a use case of a legal sector. Okay. Another cool part is that we provided the option for users and project owners when setting up their projects to select tags. Okay. This is pretty important because this opens doors for so many different options for not just for project owners to tag their projects or what it's about, but also for users to try and find specific niches of projects that list on Novopad. And as we can see here, gaming, which is one really popular one, and a CEX, and they literally just have to click that and only projects that have basically CEX will appear. And we can see there's a project here called Novo 33, and clearly we clicked CEX, and we can see the tag there. Eventually later, we have several updates coming up, which is 70 plus. When users look for CEX and see this, they will also see NFTs, but these will be clickable. So when the user sees NFTs too, they'll think to themselves, oh my God, they got CEX and also NFTs. What's that NFTs about? Let me click it. When they click that, it will show other populated cells that also offer NFTs. So therefore providing more traction, okay, and more attention to other projects within Novopad. Okay, so it's sort of interconnected. I think that's, there's other basic stuff where you can basically search for criteria. If it's got a giveaway, if it's got a private sale or if it's coming up, it's ended, a sweep widget, a company. Okay, so all project owners are able to add these details to provide more information to the users at the front end. Okay, so just quickly, I'll just go through possibly the front end main sale page. Okay, so if we go and look at this one, you'll be able to see that when you get to the main sale page, you'll be able to click on this tier. Okay, so what we have done is that we provided a lot of links back to our white paper and our wiki page. Okay, our wiki page is sort of an education center where you're able to get a lot of information, not just for existing crypto investors, but also outside Web3 and blockchain, because we're doing marketing outside that too. So when we bring in new investors, you'll be able to see, they'll be able to go and find a resource of educating themselves with security and so forth. Maybe I'll just touch upon that a little bit right here. So this is the actual wiki here. And as you see, when they come into this wiki, it's translated to about 14 languages, just like the Launchpad will be. You don't see by Novoos or anything like that, because this is crawled by Google, being the big engine. So if a new user comes, not necessarily by going to our Telegram and so forth, they see it in a search result. The first thing they're going to say is are you new to crypto? They'll be able to click any type of sort of article or search for a word here. Let's say safety, and then it will bring up various articles about safety, MetaMask, new to crypto wallets, great, safety about Novopad, how to be safe, safety overview, loads of other articles to try and educate users to ensure that they stay safe while they enter the blockchain world and the crypto space, okay, before using our utilities. We believe that's the paramount aspect for a new investor when they come in, to provide them as much information as possible in order to stay secure whilst navigating within blockchain. We know BSC is kind of dark sometimes, so it's important to provide that resource. So you'll be able to see just at the bottom some details about the token, website, white paper, and remember the use case when we were checking. So look, this is an ecosystem, okay? So we're an ecosystem. We offer several utilities. You'll be able to report a project. Okay, so you literally have to press the report button. This is a gasless transaction, so it doesn't cost you anything. And this does two things, okay? So this will send a report to the team, okay, immediately, and then we'll come and check it to see why it's been reported, okay? And also, as you see the number there, it says 2, it's been reported twice, okay? I've already reported this sale because I've done another AMA and I was on this sale, so the reason I'm reporting again, because I want to show you something in just a moment. So it will say report NOV33 or Novo pattern to the Novo team. You will sign it, and literally this counter will go up, okay? Right? So it would go up to 3. And the reason for that is it's not just notifying the team in the back end to come and check what the issue is, but also the front end user to understand visually and immediately to see that this project has been reported and possibly, there's something wrong. So we will come investigate it. Now, you can see here that it says it's already reported because I already reported it. So it's very hard to manipulate because this is based on immutable technology. So this is how brilliant blockchain is. And the signature you'll be able to see when you sign it, the gasless signature, go onto blockchain and you'll be able to see it that you have actually reported this sale, okay? There's also Moon. So this is based on a complicated and advanced algorithm that's connected to the actual trending. Okay, so the reason we've done that because there's various other services that cost a lot of money to project owners in order to be trended on other Launchpads or any other service. So we didn't want to sort of provide that window for other people to charge so much projects or devs to try and trend on Novopad, and that money can therefore be used on actual organic marketing. Okay, and also be put back into a project. Okay, so also SAFU, so this is practically the opposite of report. So we know the community get behind a lot of good projects, so they could come and basically say that it's SAFU. We can see that there's 39 reports here. There's only 2 SAFU reports here, 2 only reporting it for whatever reason. So we can tell that, a lot of people have said this project is SAFU because they went and done their due diligence as well. Okay, same thing, gasless signature, it doesn't cost you anything. This is just to provide an indication, as I said earlier, to the front-end user to know if a project is safe or not in that sense, okay? And they could do very cool things. The project owners, it's very easy to do things like this, add videos, add GIFs, to really provide information to the front-end user what the project is about. And remember, we want you to do this, okay, for them to be able to add stuff like this because you have to captivate the user. If a user sees a plain sort of page, okay, I'm a visual person myself, so when I see things like this, it's all psychological. You want to pay more attention and you want to find out more about what this, for example, on Novopad, what this project is about. They can add various socials. You'll be able to see that we even added VK, we have VChat. So it's not just the sort of the popular social networks in Europe and Americas, but VK is a big Russian, basically the Russian Facebook. Okay, obviously WeChat, in China and so forth. So we're trying to expand on that. And obviously, as I said, Novopad, every single text that you see will be translated to the 14 most popular languages in the world to try and serve international communities. It's also really sort of helpful, okay? Little things like this where you're able to add the token address immediately by clicking a button here instead of sending it out to a BSC. Nothing against BSC, but there's certain ads that come on there and eventually a user might be distracted, click on an ad on BSC and go down a rabbit hole and eventually, unfortunately, and hopefully not, get scammed. Okay, so you'll be able to add the token just like that. So we're trying to keep everyone within the ecosystem because we know it's secure and safe, so we don't have to worry about any outside interference. Okay, so if we're able to keep you within the ecosystem, all right, by saving you time, such as adding your token to the wallet, we will do so. Okay. Another important aspect to go through is possibly the security section. So as you can see, we separated it in tabs, okay, to make it very easy. We believe, from sort of, showcasing this to people and providing some access in the past, because we want to hear feedback. Most people are likely to use the first main sell page, this one, and go directly to the buying section to buy, okay, and the security. This is going to be the most popular tab. And as you can see, there's a little gauge here. Okay, there's a score there. This will never go above a certain amount, not to 100%, not to a 90%. Eventually, when we list our sell on Novopad, we won't even receive 90%. And that's just a testament to the end user to go ahead and do their own due diligence, go and research the project themselves. Because yes, Novopad offers you so much different details, even a security section, semi-automated due diligence on your behalf, okay, to save you time, to give you the information that is critical in order to understand and therefore make an informative investment decision. Okay, but it also that margin of
do you mind if I butt in?
Of course, go ahead.
Because you are spending so much time on the Launchpad, I think that's why you're starting with that, right? It's going to launch first.
It's practically done.
Okay.
After this is done, the security section. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you want me to go through?
When is the launch going to happen?
When is this being released, or when is the launch of the project going to happen?
Both.
Right. So the way I want to do things, okay, I've spoken to the team and also the communities and the users have been informed, is that I want to get my 5 audits first done for all utilities. So I already paid for the 5 audits, okay, about 2-3 days ago. I've done my KYC and it got verified yesterday. So as soon as those 5 audits come back, okay, and they're available publicly for my auditors, then we will set the dates. And as you can understand, if I set dates, okay, if the team doesn't adhere to those dates, then, certain, situations happen where they will believe that the team didn't accomplish what they said. So I want to ensure I have my audits come back. The KYC is already completed, and then we will set the dates. We work in an organized manner without giving dates.
And would you mind telling me where the token fits into this Launchpad and everything? What's the utility of the token itself?
Right. So that's a very good question. So remember what I said to you about the insurance and reward fund? Okay. So certain taxes are actually sent. All right. So from the buy and sell transaction are sent to the investor insurance and reward fund. Okay. We're bringing NFTs too. Okay. So there's certain use cases for the NFTs where you get extra benefits, tax relief, and so forth. And we added the reward word in there because there will be users be rewarded with Novo tokens. Okay, so we're bringing cashbacks, and what happens with the cashbacks in the Novopad is that with the user dashboards that we're bringing, for example, the user dashboard, people will be able to see their stats in a really nice way. Basically, details of how much they spent on Novopad and what they can expect the next cashback. In terms of, because they're obviously using blockchain technology and we're decentralized, we want users and investors of Novopad to take ownership of their data. So they'll also be rewarded in Novo tokens as well, not just feed it into the insurance, and they will get automatic cashback.
So if I'm holder of Novo's token, will I get part of the rewards or the win you make with the Launchpad?
Right. So yes. So basically, in terms of the rewards, how that will work, you find a sale on Novopad. Okay. So when you go and invest, let's say 1 BNB. Okay. What will happen with the rewards is that we're thinking about either paying it out fortnightly or monthly. We're not sure yet. Maybe weekly. Okay. So at the end of the week, you'll get a percentage back of that 1 BNB in Novo tokens to you. You see? So we're basically giving back a certain percentage of what you spent on Novopad.
Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to clarify, and that is, you said in the beginning that you were the first and maybe only project who used a Windows applications Launchpad. What exactly do you mean with that?
Right. So, like I said, possibly the first. So, what I mean by that is that
we will be launching our own Windows application
for the Launchpad. Okay. So, as you see, we're using it on the website right now, but you'll have a Windows application to use because that opens a lot of doors in order to enhance the functionality. Because as you can imagine, the technology of a web browser is not as advanced as one of an application on a Windows. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And also Mac OS, but you get the idea.
Sure. Great. And yeah, time flies, guys. Maybe we should take some questions soon also from the audience. But Novoos is not only a Launchpad, right? Can we maybe mention the other things that you are,
of course,
quickly having as well?
Yep. So we have an auto staking, guys. So we believe, I believe, and the team agreed with me, is that investors need to be sort of not locked, in a certain amount of time in order for them to lock tokens, and we automatically distribute them to you every 24 hours. Okay, so you just need to hold Novoos, and this is the staking dashboard. Again, little things you can add Novo to your wallet, not grab the contract from anywhere else for safety reasons. You can copy it, and basically you give you various sort of information about it. Also, if you go to your accounts, you'll be able to see your Novo balance, when the rebates last happened, the APR, the APY, and basically the current price and so forth. You can calculate your return, potential return, depending on how much you hold. You can see you have the Novo price here, which is grabbed from blockchain, your balance. We also have wrapping. So, we'll be listed on some exchanges. So it works just like WBNB. So we have W Novo. You'll be able to basically wrap Novo, take it to an exchange, trade it, whatever you want to do, and come back and unwrap it too, to go and basically trade it on a pancake swap. We have a jackpot too, 2 jackpots, all right? The first one is an hourly jackpot. And what that does is this timer will be at 60 minutes. If it hits 0, all right, the last buy will be here, and no one buys after it hits 0, the last person that bought will take a percentage of the actual jackpot. Then we have a largest buy every 24 hours. Same concept. The timer will be 24 hours. If the largest buy within those 24 hours would get a percentage of the jackpot, and the address will be here. We also get the community vote where you're able to actually share it will take a screenshot, of the actual page, so you guys can go and shill it because we need your help too. We'll provide some sort of prizes for the shilling competition. You can copy it. Basically, I don't know if I have time, but if you go to any social network or Paint, you actually paste there. It will paste the actual current jackpot, who won it, or who was the last winner, the amount of the jackpot, and so forth. Then we have the utility of BSD rewards, where they're paid out every 24 hours. This is the dashboard for it. Copy the BSD contract, the Novo contract for it, and that's. This is the dashboard you connect, and you're able to see your BSD earnings, how much has been distributed, how much you're holding, your Novo's holdings, etc. Quickly as well, the wiki we went through a bit quickly. It's quite extensive, so I don't think I'll take too much time to show you that. And then we have a partner portal too. So this is basically public. All our partners will be listed on here just to show you quickly how their profiles will look. Basically, anyone can come here and go and find crypto miners, for example. We will add their services, what they offer, the AMAs, the marketing, and basically this is my profile. You see, we'll add them some badges, marketers, KYC providers, and so forth. And basically, the profile will look in a sense of providing information to the end user, and it doesn't have to come from Telegram or anywhere, because remember, this is crawled from Google. Look, it's gone up to 62 now. So on the other AMAs, it's slowly going up to try and show this in the search results. They can add their socials, what they do, various information, buy information, contact info and profile info, and then services and so forth. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for now.
Great. So, I mean, there are lots of launchpads out there, right? And
Yes.
how are you planning now to get a part of that market, or have people change their minds and go with you instead of someone else? And what I mean,
That's
a
a
little bit
very
about
Yep.
marketing and yeah, what's your thought about how to manage to get part of the people?
Yeah. So, we have nothing against the Launchpad. I think they're doing an amazing job. We're just concentrating on what we offer, and that's a good question. In order to acquire market share, even for that, we have a certain plan. So, as you can see, we have a sort of a pitch deck. Okay, this is on our website. Okay, it's in PDF format, but it's interactive. This is for partners, but we're making one for project owners. And we are very unique in what we have to offer them. Okay, so we give free social growth, okay, free design, free promotions, okay, loads of freebies without them paying anything, and providing them support not just while they're listed on Novoopad, but thereafter after launch. And you have to remember, we're making loads of partnerships where we'll refer them to get certain discounts on the services so they don't pay full price. Along with that, the Launchpad itself is very, very extensive, and it's one of the cheapest around. With everything that Novoopad offers, right, we possibly are 50% cheaper than one of the most popular ones out there. Okay, that's another sort of
so what do you
aspect.
charge then? I mean, do you take the tokens from the
No.
project? Do you take a part of that, or?
No. So that's another thing. Where when I was discussing it with the team, I told them there's no way we're actually going to take tokens from the team, due to the fact that we don't want to be responsible for any downswings on a chart of a project that comes on Launchpad. We're there to help them, not actually be the cause of a red candle on a chart for a project. Okay, we need to try and support these projects, because the last thing we want is a project to list on Novoopad and actually fail when they have some amazing utilities. And there are some projects out there that have these incredible use cases. We want to be able to sustain them. That's why we're bringing this pitch deck and providing a support portal, beyond that, okay, beyond when they launch, to ensure that they get that sort of support or a pedestal to stand on, and sort of a helping hand.
Will you launch any project that comes, or are you vetting them so the people that follow you knows a little bit, like a Safi, or how will you vet them?
Right. Okay. So we have certain connections, okay, that we're building, especially with our partners that work in federal, they have connections to federal enforcement. We have auditors that are coming on board, okay, and basically they will actually vet the projects. But anyone can come and list on the Launchpad. It's completely decentralized. Remember the tier system I spoke about? Okay. So these have certain criteria. For example, if they go on Sapphire, they have to have a KYC, an audit, a certain marketing aspect, because it's not just projects that actually run, guys. KYC and audits don't matter that much now. A team can also come in, all right, and they have the intentions of getting a KYC through another third party, a front man or front woman, and then eventually when they launch, they take most of the liquidity and they just dump. Okay, so you have to also realize that when we connect with these teams, we'll understand what their plan is, what kind of development they've done, if they have any utilities live, and various other aspects. Okay, so we have a complicated sort of process behind the scenes that we don't like to make certain aspects of it available publicly. As you can understand, if that information is leaked, it can be used against the team as well as the project itself, and they're going to take advantage and bypass it. So we do have certain security measures behind the scenes for that.
Can we have some questions now from the audience? Are we ready for that? Or do you want to mention something more?
No. I'd rather take the questions. I think that would be better. So, due to the
Let's have Matt
time
up here. I'm always curious to see what Matt has in store for us.
Hi, thanks for calling us up. How you doing?
Hey, Matt.
Hey, so I just want to ask, in terms of the Launchpad and the insurance fund side of things, how are you judging sort of if a project has scammed for people to be eligible for the refund? Because obviously if they pull the LP, it's pretty straightforward, you can see it. But, there's a million other ways they can obviously do it, through hidden team wallets or, hidden... There's other ways. So what's your criteria on that?
Right, that's a very good question. So, as you said, if they pull the liquidity, it's pretty straightforward. So, there's a process. So, the protocol behind the scenes, the basic one I can tell you, the process of it is that we go and do the research. We reach out to the team. Okay, we find out what happened. Okay, obviously the community, as you saw, are able to report it. That we were able to add their own comments with the pop-up, with the update coming. Basically research and find out, get all the information together and find out exactly what happened. Okay, so it could be a variety of things. Like I said to you, even if a project actually gives up because they don't do marketing. Okay, so there's various aspects that could come into play where a project has failed. Okay, so so we just have to do our due diligence, find out all the information on what exactly happened, and that will be based on the insurance payout will be based on that.
Okay, and I presume, because I gather you're going to do have your own KYC service, I presume you'll then release details in that instance as well.
That's interesting because we're bringing, actually probably be the first in the world to bring, for a Launchpad, to bring in a Web3 anonymous KYC verification through it's automated and facial recognition. This is going to be a third-party integration. There's various aspects in terms of security, okay, because me and the team have asked them several questions in terms of the type of security they use, the penetration testing they did, where the data is stored, how it's stored, where is it processed, who is handling the data, is it on a separate server and database, and loads of other questions. And this will be completely automated on NovoPad, where people are able to do that. So yes, that's but we believe that we shouldn't be handling sort of as people, okay? Because people obviously have emotions and so forth. They have other, unfortunately, certain people have other sort of malicious agendas. We don't believe we should be handling people's data ourselves, okay, as an individual, because there needs to be a third party who are a company, a registered company, and they have compliance, not just with GDPR, but various other regulations and policies to ensure that their data is processed successfully. And that's done through automated Web3 anonymous sort of way, okay, on the Launchpad, which should be coming soon. We're trying to accomplish that before our pre-sale.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And am I right, Mary, just to squeeze one quick last question in as well? Or...
All right, hurry up.
Yeah, just so I just want to touch briefly on the use with your token, because on your white paper you've got the other utilities like marketplace for anything, NFT marketplace, and the game where your token, I think, is listed as it's going to be used as the currency in all three of those. But it's a rebase token with tax on it. Is that really going to be viable as a currency?
Okay, so no. So when you saw the NFT marketplace, in terms of that, we actually took that section out in terms of our own currency token. So it's not going to be this one, but it's going to be another token that's going to be released that's going to be specifically for that. Yeah, so you're going to be able to unlock chests and so forth and various other utilities and use cases that come in along with that. So not this one, no, not this specific Novo token. This has other use cases, like I said, in terms of feeding the insurance, as well as giving rewards and a few other things.
Okay, thanks very much.
You're welcome. It's just like WNovo. Sorry, just quickly. So it's just like WNovo. We have WNovo, but obviously it's pegged to the native token. All right. So the NFT marketplace, as well as the marketplace and the gamification that's coming, the currency for that is going to be completely different. So we have other plans for that. A lot of big, massive projects do this, guys. So we don't want to be, we even work on Open Zeppelin. So if you look at our contract, it's completely different. We don't have no migrations or no relaunches either. Okay.
Great. All right.
Thank you. That was very good questions.
Yeah. Matt always have good questions, actually. We have
that was really good. I like it.
Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan. What's your question today?
Hey, Mary. How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. So I just want to say I'm a big fan of projects who have already done their KYCs and audits, because I own an NFT project that sold out, and I know the importance of taking these steps, right? And so why I said about my project that sold out is we're also going into something. We're also going into Launchpads, where we are helping out projects who are legit to grow and succeed in Web3 as well. So my question here is that I heard in the beginning of the introduction that metaverse, play to earn is something that you guys want to go into, but you all are currently focusing on the important aspects because you're starting the project. So we offer, my project, the Proud Lions Club, offer good opportunities for upcoming projects to go into metaverse and play to earn with the expertise and the teams that we have for a very reasonable price. And we're not like high charging high for any projects, or where they can't afford, and where people pay like 10,000 or something to go into metaverse, where we provide like almost 10% of that price, depending on the the requirements. So is this something that you guys will be interested in? Because I'll be happy to work with another team who are also providing the same services. It's always about collaborating in this space, and I have already 4 or 5 projects who have signed up for us, who are very happy with what we have provided in terms of metaverse and play to earns. Like we have a game called Jungle Run where people are buying over now because it's so cheap and very fun for the community as well. So is this something that we can work on, to collab, to grow together in the space?
Of course. I mean, first of all, thank you very much for actually offering to basically, assist us and also work with us. We're all about network. As you can tell, we're partnered with crypto miners. Okay, so we're more than happy to work with anyone, from the smallest channels to the groups. That's what we're doing AMAs, to really popular channels and groups such as crypto miners, because we believe we need to touch base with everybody. So we'll be more than happy to try and come to a conclusion and discuss this further within a meeting, and come to some sort of arrangement in terms of how our basically connection can be beneficial for both sides. So yeah, I have no problem. Please shoot me a DM. I'll be very happy to speak to you further. Just a quick note, guys, if you please just keep the office away from this AMA with all. I'll be very thankful. Let's just concentrate on the project itself, and people that have actual questions about the sort of what we have built and what we have coming. That will be very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jonathan. All right, let's see who we have up next. I think I'm going to unmute Gemini. I saw you were here all the time. What is your question, Gemini?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Hey,
good. Good. I would like to ask about the partnerships. Your partnerships. What are the qualities you guys are looking for in partners? In your partners.
Right. So we have a pitch deck, guys. Go check it out, specifically for partners. Like I said, we're bringing one for project owners. Okay. Basically, what we're looking for, I'll show you exactly, because it's pretty transparent. We're very, very transparent. So when I was actually getting the idea for this, the design for it, and what I wanted to include on here, okay, you will see that we tell you what we expect right at the end. Okay. So just here, look. Support your So what does Novo expect from partners? Providing discounted, it's a free service to provide updates of our work to your community. Okay. Provide small discounts to partners, right? Networking again, growing that network. Provide small discounts to devs, project owners, and teams we refer, all from our select partners to you. Okay. And we're given the choice of the type of basically discount they provide with their discretion. Okay. Because we say they need help too, and the success is shared with your name attached. Remember when I said earlier, we have to help these projects that come on Novopad, not just on their sale, but also beyond that. So we don't expect much. All we want, look, help sustain our partner network together. And remember, there's no doubt one can succeed best and fastest by assisting others to share the same success in the process. Okay, so that's all we want. Just support, work together, okay, and expand the network of partners and help other project and owners and the partners within that network. That's all we expect. And we provide free incentives. If you check the Crypto Miners animated stickers, we created that, okay? We came to an agreement, and we were really happy and humbled that Crypto Miners actually asked us to do that, okay? So we do provide social growth, free social growth, all sorts of type of things, because we believe giving something free is really important. That's the first thing that you will see when you watch the partner pitch deck. We connect and offer incentives for free. And that's what we do. We have done so, and we'll continue to do so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gemini.
You're welcome.
Naida, you're up next. Hello, Naida.
Hello, Mary.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. What is your question, Naida?
Okay. I have few concerns related to this project. As the platform is not regulated, there may be fluctuation in the value of the assets and lack of liquidity, which could make it difficult for user to sell their holding. So what do you think about this?
Right. Okay. So that's a good question. As you can understand, crypto is very volatile, guys. Everybody knows this. Our contract, if people can please go and check it. We have an auto liquidity jet protocol. In fact, we shared a certain comment from our auditors that came back. Okay, we haven't released a full audit yet because we want to get all the audits. So what that does, it feeds into liquidity automatically. Okay, on every transaction. That's how to keep it safe. In fact, if I'm able to actually go to our Telegram, I will show you, okay, what our actual contract does, okay, from our sort of in terms of what we offer and how we sustain the project, regardless of how the market is, whether in a bear market or anything of that sort of nature. So let me have a look. I shared it yesterday, just quickly. Sorry, guys, I won't take long. I'm just trying to see where it is. I should have had it up. It was meant to, but, you know, being tied up. There. So look. This is our response, and we checked. They added a contract uniqueness section for our audit. We didn't even pay them for it. We didn't request it. We went and checked the other audits that they've done, and they don't have this section. You will be able to see, right, okay, that Novoos contract implements a cumulative tax system, ground zero protocol, advanced airdrop algorithm, plenty of algorithm, live support algorithm, and monitoring algorithm. There's also some properties marked for future use, such as basic variables for capital, allowance, bank, Mariana Trench, and fee properties for capital fee, allowance, fund fee, bank fee, etc. You can tell that we're not just thinking about the current state, okay, of the market as well as launch, but also future how to sustain the token itself. So all these things are relating in terms of to development, marketing, the automated jet protocol in regards to liquidity. Okay, the reason we were able to accomplish this is because we used Open Zeppelin. Go check out the pitch deck. That will provide you a lot of information. It will tell you right off the get-go. Our contract, the one we created, projects such as Decentralized, AV, Gnosis, and Ethereum name services used. Okay, that type of technology. We didn't go for a standard contract. If our auditors are giving us a specific section to say contract uniqueness without a request or paying for it, that should show you something, that our contract is very unique and is sustainable in any type of market. Now, you have to remember, crypto is very volatile. Anything can happen, but you can see that we have done our best in order to ensure that our token is sustainable. Even our auto staking is very low, 97% annually. What does that tell you? We didn't come in. I didn't want to come in all the team to say that we're offering you 100K of APY. No, because that's not sustainable. So we try to look to the best of our knowledge and best practices to ensure the safety of the token and project itself, but as well the paramount security and safety of the investors that come on board on the project.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Very good question.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. All right, let's see. Shall we take one more? We are on overtime a little bit, but that's all right. What about you? Do you have to go somewhere, Lux?
No. I'm here for you guys. Question? Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
All right, let's have another question then. Where did we go? Okay. Let's have Tim up here. Hi, Tim. Do you have a question, Tim?
Can you hear me? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Just going to go ahead and ask my first question. I have two questions.
Hi, please go ahead. Thank you for coming online to on the voice chat to ask a question.
You don't have to know anything in relation to coding to get your project up and running on the Launchpad. And you also mentioned that the fee will be considerably lower during the pre-sale. So what about after the pre-sale, and how is it possible to go about the Launchpad without the knowledge of coding? How does it work?
Right, that's a very good question. I believe the question was in regards to how the Launchpad works without coding. So it's pretty straightforward, guys. Like I said, look, we've broken it down in tabs. Remember what I said? Due to our statistical analysis, also the user base that actually went ahead and used the Launchpad, the most sort of frequent page visited is the main token, okay, page where they're able to buy. All right, so literally buy, add wallet, maybe see this, and then the security section. Okay, then in order to create a cell is very, very easy. You literally go click any type of cell you want to create, such as here. You'll be able to see we add in our own unique cells later on with updates. Like I said, we have a marketing roadmap as well alongside development and releases. So let's say you want to start a private cell. You can see here we've broken everything down for you, okay? From select a cell type, all right, private cell without token. You can even create a cell with your token itself. I don't believe at the time that we started doing this, no other Launchpad had that either. Then it will say token verification, right? Okay, so you add your private cell name here, your title, you choose what currency there is. I don't have enough time to show you, okay? But when it's released, you'll be able to see. Remember, we're bringing a pitch deck as well. So what that will do is provide a free support service from start to finish. We will help project owners and devs with that coding because the team is there to assist. If they're going to use our Launchpad, that should be included within the service, okay? We're even bringing later on SLAs, which is service level agreements, where the team and those that we hire have to provide a response and try to resolve that specific request, especially from project owners and devs, within 24 hours. No questions or ifs or buts. So it's very easy to use. As you can see, we broke it down and all. And we provide the support to get you going.
Okay, that's awesome. My second question is about the section in your website. This speaks about the real cash for real referral. And you said that to win this amount, I can simply need to refer a project which may be currently on the basic tier. So my question is, what type of projects are you referring to, and how much can I earn from doing this?
Very good question. So we have a public referral program, guys. You can see it here. Okay. This is the pitch deck is interactive as well. Everything you see is interactive. You have to remember, we provide as much information as possible. And if you want more details, you literally have to click. It will take you to the white paper or the wiki and so forth and provide you more information on how to actually go ahead and earn a commission. Now, it's very simple. Okay. So there's two referral options. The referral one is for basic tiers. Okay. Remember what I said? Anyone can list on the Launchpad. We believe in decentralization, okay? If they go on a tier system, okay, which provides more security so they can get an audit, KYC, marketing, better developers or any other team members or so forth with our support and our network of partners, you get more referral. All you have to do, right, you say no KYC required for the basic tier, no audit required, is the project owner has to refer your username. We know that this can be abused. We have a certain protocol behind the scenes to ensure that it's not overly abused because we want genuine people to come in, refer good projects, okay? That's all that happens. Then there's several referral sort of a ladder as you climb up, all right, to try and provide you more incentives. The first referral you make, right, as long as the project lists on the Launchpad, will be $125. It can go up to $450 on the 10th, plus discretionary special bonus. That discretionary bonus is dependent on each person that's actually connecting with the team and the project owners, okay? And we decide how much you will get alongside the 450. But it's 125, and it's really simple. And payouts are in BNB or BUSD within 24 hours again. Remember the service level agreements, the SLAs, okay? And then for referral option 2, if they add on any other tier, obviously it goes a bit more. Okay, so it provides more confidence to front-end investors. It also helps us connect with the projects to provide that support to ensure that the project is sustained, not just during pre-sale, but also launch and thereafter. Okay, and the first referral for that will be 150, and then a special bonus too for the 10th referral that you make.
Thank you, Tim. We're happy.
Thanks for just
good question.
Great question, Tim.
Yeah, good question.
Drive safe out there. So, and I got a message from someone who wasn't really satisfied with your answer about the fees. How much does it cost to list, really?
Right.
Because
okay. So
these are free, but you have to make some revenue, right? What is the cost for a project?
Right. So this is what the cost is. Okay. Like I said earlier, 0.5 BNB to list. Okay, at least 50% cheaper than the most popular ones out there. And then all Launchpads charge a finalization fee. Okay, 2% will go into the insurance and award fund. Okay, to feed this because the project owners have to obviously feed this. Okay, to provide some sort of insurance, and then 3% to Novo. Now, I was speaking to some projects; they're quite interested. So, what have we done? Okay, that's 0.5 BNB to list. We will cover that depending on the project. Okay, so because we believe bringing a certain utilities, all right, on the Novopad, and we know that they have a very good team. You know, they have utilities developed, and they have a plan, not just a development plan, but also a marketing plan, a good marketer, and so forth. We will cover the certain fees for them. So you could go and have a look. All these fees are transparent by all Launchpads, and they compare it to ours. Actually, I can actually show you a slide right now. There's nothing. In terms of the fees, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere here, alongside here. So you'll be able to see a comparison. Okay, here. You'll be able to see this is us and this is everyone else. Now, I have to say, again, we have nothing against other Launchpads. In fact, we want to work with other Launchpads because at the end of the day, changing the space, bringing advancement, innovation, security, and safety of the front-end users and investors is of utmost importance. So that's what we concentrate on. Okay, so you can see on the pitch deck. Go have a look. So that's the fee structure.
Many projects also launch on more than one Launchpad, actually. So that's good to have. I mean, partnerships, I guess. But you said 0.5 BNB is the initial cost. Is there no additional cost for how much you raise?
Yeah, that's what I mean, the finalization fee. Every Launchpad has a finalization fee. So like I said, if you look at the pitch deck, okay, so let me bring it up. Look. So this is the finalization fees, okay? Yeah, look, so 2% to investor insurance and rewards fund and 3% to Novopad. Okay? So that obviously that's yes, 5%. So you can see here. So 2% to investor insurance and 3%.
Of the raised money that
the raised money. Like I said.
Okay.
So when we're speaking to these projects, okay, so I even had someone yesterday come to me, you know, he's known around with new projects and stuff, and he asked me this question, and this is what I said to him. I said, you know how we are, we work things out. It depends on the project. I keep saying this, it depends on the project. So if a basic tier project comes on the Launchpad and lists, okay, obviously we're not going to offer any incentives, pay that 0.5 BNB extra. It just all depends on the project. That's what I mean. So as long as they connect with the team, okay, depending on certain criteria that they fit in, and we believe that there'll be sort of a good asset on the Launchpad and they have a certain plan in place, as well as marketing and development and so forth, we will work with them to do that. Okay, so it's flexible. It just really depends on the project.
So also, let's talk a little bit about how people can participate, but also I like to point out that we're giving all the information and education about projects we host here, and no financial advice. So do your own research, people. But with that said, also, if I've now done my research, I like the project, I want to participate and buy, do I need to get whitelisted? Do you have pre-sales? Do you have it on your own Launchpad, or what's going to happen?
So as we are a Launchpad, we are going to have a pre-sale on our Launchpad. But first, we're going to sort of present some projects on there that we're going to be working with. There's quite a bit of interest. You can tell how advanced the Launchpad is and what it has to offer. So our first sale is going to be 75 BNB. That's going to be, we select individuals. Okay, we didn't want to provide it to a certain group of people or pool of people, because then, therefore, even when we were sort of approached by VCs and angel investors in the past, I had to personally refuse along with the team, because they can hold the project hostage. I'm not saying all of them, but we didn't want to be in that position. So the first 75 BNB sale will be we select individuals. Okay, then we have a community sale. Okay, 125 BNB, and then we have the pre-sale, which is going to be on Launchpad for 400 BNB, and that's going to be whitelisted for the first 5 minutes, and then it goes public.
Okay, very good. And the date you don't know yet, you said in the beginning, I think. Just repeat, because we have some new people maybe in here. So we will have to check your socials to get the date when it comes, right? What's the main social you have?
We have several. We even have TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, but check on Twitter. A lot of the crypto investors go on Twitter, so check out Twitter. We're very sort of updating that a lot, and also Telegram and Discord. We have an amazing Discord. I paid for it to be really good. But just a quick point, Mary. Sorry, like I said, new people join. So the reason we're not setting dates, because if you adhere to dates and then you don't actually get there, certain things can happen. And also, I've paid for 5 different individual audits for all our utilities, and I've been KYC and verified yesterday. So I'm just waiting for those audits to come back. And alongside that, there'll be a certain timeline where I sit down with the team, we discuss it with our marketing partners that are working alongside with us, and provide that timeline all public with the marketing involved, and also announcements, okay, to the community.
Okay. So if, looking forward, when you launch a bunch of projects, will I be more likely or 100% likely to get whitelisted if I hold your tokens, or is that going to be beneficial to hold the tokens in that matter?
Sorry, say that again. Do you,
I mean, if you,
yep.
If I hold your token, what other benefits will there be? Example, will there be the benefit of me always getting the whitelist if I want to with new products, or is there like, yeah.
Understood. So in terms of the Launchpad, right? So no. So like I said, the Launchpad is decentralized. The only difference is the NFTs that we're bringing out. So we're bringing several NFTs, and what we're doing is that we're providing you loads of incentives for that. Now there'll be a very small percentage of projects that list on Novopad, that users that hold NFTs will get access to. Okay, so this has a lot of criteria. Okay. You know, such as we have a diamond tier, and you get about 2% on BSC to actually be listed on diamond tier, and on ERC is about 3%. So the only thing that will get you a whitelist on the Launchpad for any sale, which be very, very small number that list on Novopad, is the NFTs. I'm just trying to get it up on the pitch deck, but it seems like he doesn't want to play with me. So that's the only time. Otherwise, it's decentralized. If the project owners can actually enable whitelist for the project, they can do so just like we would do for the first 5 minutes for our pre-sale. So you can see here, you get exclusive access. Okay, get first dibs to prestigious project sales on Novopad by holding Novo NFTs. Special giveaways for NFT holders, pay less. There'll be tax reductions periodically when you're holding an Novo NFT. Discounts, special ones on the ecosystem branches that are going to be released in future. Other Novoos perks and more. Okay, so this is the only thing that's going to give you access to specific projects.
How can I buy the NFT or mint it, or when?
Right, so it's not going to happen yet. So the way we do things is that we release certain utilities alongside marketing. So we don't just release, even the NFTs, they're not just going to be released like that. First is the Launchpad we have to concentrate on to ensure everyone gets on there, uses it, all the projects that are going to be coming on there to list. And therefore, there'll be a strategy where there'll be a timeline where we release the NFTs, obviously market it out there, let the public know, do more AMAs, channel posts and so forth, and then release them in that sense.
And the token comes after the NFTs then, or before?
No, the token is literally going to be, the pre-sale is going to be on the Novopad. So that's when you'll be able to get into the token. Yeah.
Cool. All right, great. So time flies, and it's a lot to unpack, right? I know we could probably be here another hour, but I'm sure you will come back since we're partnered up now, Lux, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true, Mary. So I just wanted to point out, yesterday they kept us for 4 hours, guys. I never had, our NMAs usually are 1.5 hours to 2 hours. They kept us for 4 hours. They actually did a song for Novo. It was absolutely just mind-blowing what happened yesterday. I lost so much time. I was telling Emily and Awkward, I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm running a bit behind. But yeah, always with partners or any other sort of channel we do anime, we always come back because, like you said, there's a lot to unpack. Not just that. With Novopad alone, we have 70+ updates and integrations that are going to be released strategically in terms of development and marketing. And therefore, we need to come back to Crypto Miners and provide you guys the new exclusive content and development and updates about the project. Yes, we will be back.
Very good. Thank you so much for coming, Lux, and with your team. I mean, we didn't really hear from many others. There were some people who wanted to come up, but I didn't really see them.
I'm really sorry. I think that Rahman should be here and Dawood should be here. I talk so much, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really, we've been working on this for a year, so I finally got the chance to make it public. Dawood should be here. He spoke. Where's Rahman? Rahman said he's going to be here. I make these guys work really hard, so I just want to say a big shout out to my team. Okay, Shiv, who's the lead designer. I recruited 2 other people just these last 3 days. My assistant, who's absolutely brilliant. Okay, shout out to Sierra. Also to Hib, who's the community lead. Aliyah, who's the community manager. My mods. Okay, Safasi, Anto. Who else? If I didn't sort of mention you, don't forget. I love you all. I keep in touch with you, and thank you so much for your hard work. Especially my dev team, who I put through. Such hard times, they work really hard. So thank you, guys.
Great to hear. Thank you. That was beautiful. And I also wanted to give you the floor for a closing statement, but first I want to ask you if you eat pizza with pineapple or not, Lux.
Do you know what? I used to really don't like it, and then 3 years ago, I actually eat pineapple on pizza. Yes, I'm a foodie, so I like to try different cuisines and so forth. I like to cook sometimes. I haven't had the chance. I have a baby boy, and my wife, thankfully, big shout out to her. Okay, she makes my food, everything for me because she knows how much time this project takes for me. So yes, I do eat pineapple on pizza, and I love it. I actually like
it. Good. Great. Unfortunately, we can't hear from the rest of the team, but next time maybe they will tell us.
Oh, we will do. We will do. Come and talk to them. They're on Telegram, guys. Yeah, we're going to be having AMAs on our public group as well on Discord and stuff. So come, you'll have a word with the team. Okay.
And I'm always curious about the name of the project. How did you come up with the name Novoos? And does it mean anything? Is there a story behind it?
Yes, there is. So when I was selecting the name, I wanted to go with Novo. Okay, so what that means basically in Portuguese, Spanish and French and so forth, it's a variation of the word novo, and that means fresh, innovative, something new. Okay, and I couldn't secure that on a domain because it would have cost me, I think at the time, £10,000, which in US dollars, the conversion at the time would have been 16,000. So because with domains, guys, the shorter the word is, and Novus obviously 5 letters, it's always taken. Okay, so I didn't want to spend that money at the time, so I just decided not to go with Novo, okay, or Novos. I just went with Novus. So that's how the name came about.
Great. Thank you for explaining that. All right, guys. No I guess that's it for today. But Lux, go ahead. You have your closing statement.
Thank you so much, Mary, for having me. Thank you so much, guys, for coming to listen. All I got to say is please support the project. This is the future, the advancement, it's innovation. We have a lot of people that are interested, have seen what the project is about. We're trying to do the right thing, get 5 audits for all the utilities, as well as I'm already KYC verified before any sale, because we're trying to lead by example. And we're actually proving it right now, okay, before any sale, to make sure we give that confidence to you. Try and support the project. I'm not asking you to go and tell your family, because that's one of the fundamentals within crypto, that you don't do that. But if you have friends, that know about crypto, they're quite diligent with that, tell them the amount of work that Novo does. We even have a sponsorship program, okay, where we bring projects in, we pay for the rewards and so forth, to bring them exposure. We do loads of good things. So come and support the project any way you can, okay? We're here to listen to feedback. Come join us. We're here.
Great. Yes, guys, go on to their socials, Twitter or Telegram or Discord or whichever you prefer. I mean, we're here on Telegram, right? So I guess you'll prefer Telegram. And next time maybe we'll see you on Twitter then, Lux. That would be
cool. Of course. Mary, like I said, hopefully, I'll come back hopefully after launch. So then, I won't have to present. Everyone will be able to go and see the utilities, use them. So, of course, on Twitter, I'd love to do one on Twitter. Of course, the only reason I want to do this is because obviously we're not releasing the utilities yet, because we want to do AMAs and showcase them first. So it will happen.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see also. I like that.
Yeah, of course.
Part of Telegram. Very good. So thank you guys for coming. I hope you all have a good rest of your Sunday, if you have any left. I have a few hours left on my Sunday anyway. So yeah, go out and have some family time, maybe grab a pizza with pineapple or
yes. Don't hate us, guys. All right, take care, guys. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everyone. Come join us.
Bye everyone.
Bye.